Create resistance or creative acceptance. Resistance is not a new word, but for many of us awareness of resistance is new. In Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, resistance is defined, to withstand, to strive against, to exert force in opposition, to counteract, defeat or frustrate. Resistance is useful if there is a flu or virus around. If your body's immune system is working as it should, you'll have good resistance to disease, you'll stay healthy. Resistance to the temptation to do something that goes against your core values will strengthen you, while giving into that temptation will weaken your character. Resistance can be an indicator that something isn't quite right for you, at this time. It's good to notice resistance and to ask yourself, why am I experiencing this resistance? There's another side to resistance. The other side of resistance destroys the very thing that we desire. This resistance arises from a dislike for change. Humans are sort of strange in that we offer a desire to the universe, and then we resist the very changes this desire sets in motion. For example, when I offered my desire to become financially independent, I didn't realize that the answer would come in the shape of loss of income from my former spouse. But it did. When I asked for financial independence, I had a different scenario in mind that went something like this: my business income will increase steadily until it reaches a certain amount, then the spousal support can decrease. The universe responded to my desire just not as I had expected, and I resisted the change. The universe knew that in order to become independent I had to first be independent. I wanted the security of spousal income, but that emotional dependence on an outside source was holding me back from independence. I find it easier to accept change when I have initiated it. When someone else initiates change that affects me, my first reaction is to resist. However, the law of attraction teaches that everything that touches my life is the result of some vibration in me. It may be a vibration I don't like. It may be a subtle vibration I pay little attention to. It may be a vibration that has gone underground like anger or hurt that I did not acknowledge at the time I first experienced it. Emotions are energy in motion. When we try to suppress an emotion, especially one we've judged as negative or dangerous, it does not go away, it goes into our subconscious mind where it silently sabotages our life by setting up resistance which invites more negative experiences and creates tension between people who used to enjoy each other. The greatest disintegrating element in the human consciousness is resistance. Charles Fillmore, The Revealing Word, 1931. Resistance doesn't just put on the brakes to receiving our desires. Resistance disintegrates, it separates, it decomposes, it fragments our true self. We lose our sense of wholeness. We feel disconnected from Source, God, the Divine. This disconnection begins to show up in how we feel about ourselves and how we relate to others. Soon, we are quarreling with our best friend and blaming them for the situation. Sound familiar? What can we do about resistance? Is there an alternative? Should we resist resistance? That doesn't work. If we notice resistance and try to suppress it or resist it, we create more. The alternative is acceptance. Not resignation, but creative acceptance. I teach the history of the law of attraction, and it's interesting to note that in the Middle Ages there was a great persecution of anyone who held a philosophical belief that differed from that defined by political and religious authorities. People who understood the law of attraction, those individuals who maintained their personal power through controlling their thoughts and emotions, were faced with a serious choice: either resist the powers that be and die, comply with the demands of the aggressors, and deny themselves, or be creative. In that case, many practitioners of metaphysics, the law of attraction, simply moved to Arabia where they found freedom to live their beliefs in an integral way. Change is bound to happen. People are going to make choices which affect our lives. We are going to make choices which have an effect on others. Charles Handy said, "Change is the only constant." How we handle change, invited or uninvited, will affect our vibration and in turn, our quality of life. Take a few moments to notice resistance in your body, mind or emotions. What does it feel like? Restriction? Tightness? Blockage? Frustration? Confusion? Judgment? Indignation? Yes, all those feelings are the evidence of resistance. When I'm noticing resistance, I ask my higher self for understanding and a creative acceptance. My prayer will be something like this: please show me the root of my resistance, and at the same time, give me an idea of how to creatively accept this situation. The bottom line is, change is going to happen. I'm either going to create resistance or acceptance. One's choice contributes to the disintegration of my character and the other strengthens my sense of wholeness. It's my choice. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends and click subscribe for a better self.